Word. Yay! Okay, so I'm starting this new series. It's crazy. A while ago, I did a tips from the top, and I decided like I didn't want to do like a tips from the top, even though we might get tips and you're at the top. It's called Why You've Got Next. So I'm starting this series in terms of almost like your story is next, and so let's get you some stories that you can relate to so you can understand that your story is on the other side of you understanding that everybody at the top has a story and is just like you. They just overcame it. And so that's the kind of the gist of the new series that I'm starting. So we'll start off, and that's why my questions are the way they are, and they're weird, aren't they? So
No, no, that's fine. Y'all, I figured it was intentional because I was like,
yeah, they are. So start off with, and it's typically your story, but I don't want that. So I want to start off with you and who you are, like in terms of your family life background and where you were 5 years ago.
okay. Well, my name is Ashleigh Mayfield. And if you guys have any questions along the way, feel free to drop that in the chat. And you know what, Ebony, I want to apologize. I feel like that kind of like sounded weird what I wrote. I trust you fine as crap, but I meant like fine as wine, not like a piece of doo-doo. Okay. So like, let me clarify, Ebony. I'm sure you like looking, you hot. All right. You hot. But my name is Ashleigh Mayfield. And 5 years ago, how old am I? 33. So I was 28. 5 years ago. What year is it? Oh my gosh. I probably should have processed 2013. Wow. Okay. You took me back. All right.
You started the same 5 years ago. Yep. 2013.
Yeah. 5 years ago, 2013 was a very, very, very broken year in my family. I just had my second daughter. She was born in March of that year. My husband is we were in full-time ministry. My husband's ordained. And so, we were in ministry. I had just quit my job, working part-time because I was pregnant. And we intentionally, if y'all know church world, okay, so like Easter and Sunday are the two, biggest days. And we intentionally got pregnant when we did because we were trying to avoid Christmas. And then somehow I had a baby at 24 weeks on Easter Sunday. And so 2013, my daughter was born at 24 weeks, had never walked or experienced anything like that. Very tough season of our lives, but praise God that you would not know it all. She's 100% healed. I can't explain it. It took me a really long time to say that she's a miracle. And it was a really hard time in our life. We had an older daughter that kind of kept us grounded, and she was our joy. I drove to the NICU for 91 days. I drove an hour away for 91 days. And some days I was with her shorter than it took me to go there and come home. But I did not miss a day with her. And we got to take her out of the hospital after 91 days, brought her home on a heart monitor. And it was just a tough road. And, 6 months went by, and the moment, or 6 months, more than that, probably 8, 9, 10 months, going into June of 2014, as my daughter started getting healthy, we were thankful. We were part of a large church. They really took care of us. They really came around and rallied. My husband was kind of like second in command. I was on staff as well. And they really took care of us during that time. And then something crazy happened. The moment we announced that our daughter was healed, we found out our pastor was having an affair, and he chose to fire us. And, it was just it really was a hard blow, 2013, 2014. So 5 years ago, I was very broken. I was very confused. I was very broken. But here's the one thing I can tell you. I don't care what you believe tonight. I believe in Jesus. So if you get offended, you're just gonna have to hop off, because I'm probably gonna offend you a few more times. But I can tell you this, through what seemed like hell on earth we're walking through, being fired from this job. And I'd already quit my job to take care of my baby, just had a baby at 24 weeks, like craziness, right? I knew God's faithfulness. And that's the only thing that held me together during that season is, God, you can take my baby and I could be mad at you, but you are faithful. And I've seen his faithfulness to be true in my life. And I felt like the enemy was trying to rob that of me. And I was like, you can, oh my God, why are you making me cry, Rachel? I was like, you can take my baby, but you will not rattle my faith. And I remember that is, some days I had to tell myself that over and over and over. And so it's really 5 years ago, man, totally. And what's so funny is when I even think about that, I remember after we got terminated from the church, it was literally like everything was fine. And then the next Sunday we were standing on stage being told what to say and how to say it. And we were being paid to leave. And what do? We had no money in savings. We were poor. We were drowning in debt. And we had to agree to say what they wanted us to say so we could have money to live, because our daughter just got healed and we needed rent, right? And we were just so broken. And everything from those two situations have led up to where we are today. Crazy.
Now that is insane. I didn't know that. That's interesting. Oh, wow. Okay. So why did you say yes?
I said yes because, to just kind of fast forward through the years, we were let go from that position in 2014. June was our last Sunday. And that Thanksgiving, we were driving to my family's, which was a couple hours away, that we weren't super close to, but where else were we going to go to Thanksgiving? We no longer have a church family that we had been at for 5 years. And a lot of our friends turned our backs on us. There were a lot of rumors. Like, we didn't ask for any, like, it was just really crazy how all of a sudden it was like relationships were being broken off. But we were on the way to our family's house on Thanksgiving Day. And God clearly spoke to my husband and said, what would you do if finances were not an issue? And we knew that we need to get serious about our money. I had started following my enroller at the time and started getting, seeing her It Works stuff. And we ended up staying in that.
Was it Instagram or Facebook?
Instagram.
Okay.
Instagram. I used to be an extreme couponer.
Or you followed her?
I don't really remember. We might have followed each other. We were both extreme couponers, and then she flipped over, and I'd started seeing all these people jump on, and I didn't really pay attention. I thought it was a scam, but that's kind of like when that seed was planted, right around the end of 2014, beginning of 2015. And because we kind of ran with the same circles in the coupon community, which sounds so cool, right? But but couponing got me through that time of having no job. And so we knew that we needed to get out of Michigan. We ended up taking another position that we did not want to take here in Florida, but it got us out of Michigan. And we moved in on my daughter's second birthday, March 31st, 2015, to Florida. And we said that when we come to Florida, that we were going to get out of debt as quick as possible. And so I ended up finding a full-time job here in town. My husband was working at another church here in town, and we were both miserable. But we worked super hard. We paid off our car loan. We paid off all of our credit cards, and we celebrated that Thanksgiving, which is so funny. Like a year later, we celebrated that Thanksgiving by buying 2 flat screen TVs at Best Buy. Okay. Because we were all like, we went debt free, but we didn't. I still had $30,000 in student loans. And so then switched jobs beginning of 2016. And here's where it gets interesting with It Works, because I had stalked my enroller for about 18 months. And the first 12 months, basically all of 2015, end of 14 to 2015, I was just hating on her but I was so intrigued. Okay. Can you wave at me if you were like that? I ain't never doing that crap. That's a scam. You just lying people out of money. Like, I ain't never doing network marketing. I said it all. And every month I'd be like, Jason, look at this girl. She's scamming people. And he's like, just join her or get up off her, get off her junk. Right. And it was like a bad scab. Like, you want it to heal, but you just keep taking it. Right. And so long story short, I had followed her for about 12 months at this time. It was the beginning of 2016 or the end of 2015. I was in retail management. Jason was at this job that we hated the church that we came to, but we were desperate. And I hated the position that I was at. And I remember walking into my office, cold office, sat at a cold desk, and I was doing the schedule for the next week for all my management, all my supervisors, running a store of over 75. And I just opened up my phone on Instagram, and I just saw her post, and it hit me. And I realized in the 12 months that I had hated on this girl, I was wearing the same clothes, at the same, the same type of job. Like, all my life was kind of the same. Or it was like getting worse. Like, we were trying to put the pieces back, and this girl is getting the $1 million house on the lake, and this girl is buying the Chevy Tahoe cash, and she's living her dream, and she's showing me everything that I was missing, and that was freedom.
Do you remember what the post said?
I don't remember the exact post, but she was very much about her lifestyle. And she was showing, I remember she was showing people about the house that she was buying, this $1 million house on the lake in California. And then the next 6 months of those 18 months, I was stalking her. Like if this girl was eating Fruity Pebbles, I was eating Fruity Pebbles. And I saw her get the house, and I saw her have her first leadership retreat at the house. And it ticked me off because number one, I know I'm amazing. Number two, like I'm a red. Okay. I know I'm awesome. But number two, I'm a blue, and I know I'm a party in a glass. Okay. Y'all, I don't need alcohol. I don't need the devil syrup. If y'all saw me drunk, I'd probably be kicking turtles in the road. Okay. Like I do not need alcohol. I have a natural high. Okay. But like I see her, and of course she's showing all the fun, and my blue was so out of control. I was so emotional at this point in my life because it's like, we're just trying to get our life back together, but we're miserable with what we're doing, but we're surviving, right? And me and my husband grew up in survival mode. So that's all we operate in. That's why we're both kind of that red, because we know how to survive. And, but my blue is out of control. I was like, man, I feel excluded. I want to be there. I want to be having fun. And so it was the first time I ever commented on anything, y'all, because I was stalking hardcore. Like I wouldn't double tap, baby. You ain't gonna catch me on nothing. And, but man, I was like, hope you girls are having fun. And I like blow up 5 posts in a row. And she finally messages me and she's like, hey, you ever thought about doing what I do? And, a month later, I end up quitting my full-time job. I decide, you know what, I'm going to hustle instead of working at this job that I don't like. And I was going to flip my stockpile. I was going to sell stuff on eBay, Craigslist. And I thought, what if I joined It Works for just $200 to $300? That's all I wanted, $200 to $300. And instead of joining It Works on May 22nd, I joined as a loyal customer. And I was like, God, if you want me to join, you have to give me a sign. And the next day they had BOGO wraps. I said, God, that was not a sign. I need a sign. And it was one day only BOGO wraps. And then I wake up the next day, and I swear it might've been a Sunday. I don't remember, but it was May 24th, 2016, and they extended BOGO wraps. And I was like, all right, God. And I looked my husband dead in the face. I said, I'm gonna pay $50 to cancel my customer account, but I'm not making $500. Like I'm not, but I will make $200 to $300. Like I know I can make $200 to $300. And that started my It Works story. I joined May 24th, 2016.
That is crazy. I think that's insane. I don't know. People think about, I always talk about the consistency of posting. Like you have to do it. And
you never know. Like even now I have a girl that just joined at the beginning of July, like my sister's best friend that grew up down the road. I thought she was good. I thought she was fine just by her appearance. She never commented. She was barely on Facebook. Like I saw her. Oh, she had a kid. Oh, her kid's 1 now, but she blew up my inbox, and now she's about to go Emerald this month. Oh, wow. And it's like, she's like, I've watched every single piece of your journey for almost 2.5 years. And I was like, you have? Like, you're in debt? Like, you never know who is watching. Never.
That's true. It's so true. Okay, so what made you actually do? Well, it sounded like you had a reason when you came in. You had a for sure why. Because my question is, what made you actually like do something? Like, a lot of people come in and it's like, oh, auntie says this sucks, so I can't do it. Or one person tells you no, and so now it's throw the whole business away. You know what I mean? So what made you actually do something?
So the thing is, I knew exactly what I wanted. And when they say that why, like, I didn't know what a why that made you cry was. I don't even know if I really like have dug deep even now and still have that. But y'all, I wanted to get on that freaking cruise. Y'all remember 2016 cruise? I watched my enroller go on 2015, and y'all remember I'm a second blue. And I was like, do I get a chance to go on this cruise? I ain't never been on a cruise, and I'm a party in glass, baby. Like I deserve to be on a cruise. So all I know is my enroller said, if you get to Ruby, you can almost guarantee your spot by the points they give you and the points you would earn from enrolling distributors and customers. Like, and I was like, I got to go Ruby. I don't even know what that means. And it took me 6 weeks to sign my first distributor, other than my husband. Y'all, husbands don't count. That's an easy sell, right? And they don't even work the business anyways, really. But I went to my first green carpet in July in Bradenton, and I left as a distributor, and 12 days later I went Ruby. But I was working for the first 6 weeks. Facebook had just come out with Facebook Live. I was doing Facebook Lives. Y'all, you're not running a business on social media if you're not doing Facebook. You're not using video or Facebook. If you're not using Facebook Live, all right, you got to be doing video, all right? Not doing Facebook Live. I said this last night on another Zoom that I was being the host on, and I said, saying you want to run your business on social media, but you not doing Facebook Live, that's the equivalent of saying I want a paycheck, but I don't want a comma. Y'all hear that? You might need to write that down. Saying I'm not going to do video, Or maybe you replace that with host to post. Oh, I'm too uncomfortable. I'm not going to do host to post. All right, that's fine. Don't do it. Don't ask for a comment on your paycheck then. And so I wanted to get on that cruise, and I went Ruby in my first 60 days. I left Bradenton. I had like the eye of the tiger. I knew what I needed and how much volume, and I just ran and I got Ruby and I got on that cruise. But then August 1st, I woke up and I didn't know what I wanted. So I sat at Ruby for 7 to 9 months. Had no idea. I thought what's wrong? It's not working anymore. This doesn't work. They say network marketing works. It doesn't work, and I couldn't figure it out until I realized I had no idea who I was and I didn't know what I wanted. And I almost quit. I was very close to quitting.
So good. Okay. Wow. That's good. I'm about to take me some notes. All right. So I do have a question before I go back into my questions. Can you be picky with your business partners as a distributor working to go Ruby? Where do you draw the line between standards and grace?
I think those are two different questions. So are you picky about distributors? Heck no. Now listen, don't be signing, your auntie who lives in her mama's basement, who, getting her car repoed, but she's like, oh, but I want to change my life. Put down the mashed potatoes and the Netflix, and we'll talk about changing your life. Don't just be dumb about enrolling people, but you can't prejudge people either. I think about one of my leaders was struggling for a while. She's like, well, I want to sign this distributor, but she doesn't want to quit her job. And I was like, hey, I know a girl who only wanted to join for $200 to $300 and is now a presidential diamond, and her name's Ashleigh Mayfield. So like, I didn't see it. I didn't want that. Like, I didn't believe that could happen to me. Some people can't see it. So do you get picky? No, if they want to do it and they're, if someone says, oh, I just want it for the wraps, I'm not signing you for the wraps. You can go buy the wraps yourself. You're not taking one, like for my code, you're not taking a $20 code for a wrap. But no, I'm not picky about it. But standards and grace, I read in a book, it says, don't give tough love, love tough. And I love that. And it said, you always want to offer that love first. So I personally feel the moment you onboard a distributor, you are setting the standard of expectation. And so from the get-go, I am telling them what their next steps are. And that comes probably a little bit easier for me because I am that dominant red, but I am saying, this is what's next. Okay, now we're going to do this now. And I am setting that expectation. And my protocol is always, I've probably, in this month will be 2.5 years on the 24th that I've been with It Works. And I have probably removed literally physically removed and said, you can no longer be a part of what I do, like less than 5 people. My standard in my head, like I do not tolerate drama. So if we had drama or we not jiving or there's a miscommunication, when you Zoom, we gonna Zoom at 7 or we gonna Zoom at 9, but we Zooming. Like those are your options. So it's not, I personally am not let me know if you want to talk. No, we can talk tonight or I'm free tomorrow. Which one is better for you? We can agree to disagree, but at the end of that Zoom, we're going to be okay. So as far as like those standards that I have, I think that's like who I am as a human though. Like I don't want to deal with any drama. I don't want to have any nonsense. I want to have a great culture. I want to have a great atmosphere of acceptance. But I'm also not about burning bridges with people. I don't take it personal when they want to leave. I don't take it, you know what I mean? And I haven't experienced that, and I hope that I don't have to, as far as like leadership leaving. I mean, that would probably like hurt if I'm just shooting straight with you guys, because those are people I've spent intimate time with. But I think you do offer people grace. I think that people, when we onboard people, we almost expect them to catch our vision. Oh, you're going to go Ruby in 60 days because that's what I did. Blah, 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 blah. And it's like, whoa, like you just unleashed a fire hose on them, right? And I think the grace is we have to allow people to get it in their timing, because their journey is different than ours. And I know it's really easy to see the vision because we see it, and we see it for 2 different ways. We see it for us. We're like, oh, I need that 1 DT and I need them to hit executive this month. That way I can pop Ruby, right? We see that one. So we're like out for blood, but then we want it for them. We're like, oh man, if you just push hard, I know you could get this and it'll change your life. But we have to remember it is not about us. And both of those scenarios are us equations, right? And we got to help people where they're at. So I think definitely don't be picky with who you enroll. I think you need to be smart about who you enroll. You know, if you're just enrolling a bunch of people that have no aspirations, no ambition, no drive, they're like, man, I don't care what I make. Like, you got to start looking at your network, and you have to like do some inventory on that. But, you know, I've enrolled people who got me, you know, I think about when I went Ruby in 12 days. I enrolled a girl from being distributor Ruby, and I got on that cruise in July 2016, and I enrolled a girl within those 12 days, and 2 days later she had to quit. And I was like, but I was like, God, you knew exactly what I need. Like, God got me to where I was. And we talk about that. Sometimes the people that get you Ruby don't get you Emerald. They don't get you Diamond, right? We talk about that. It's constant. If you constantly work in it, it's going to work. And so yeah, I think that, you know what, we should always extend grace to people. We never know what's going on in their lives. We never know what they're struggling with. But I also think that you have that open door of communication, the higher the standard is, the higher the expectation is. Like, you know, the other day I had a girl say some stuff to me, and I just told her, and I did voice memo because I know I'm a red and I kind of come off strong. So I did voice memo a lot. That way they can feel my heart, especially when I need to like cut through them a little bit. And I just told her, I said, I love you enough to tell you this. I ain't going to allow you to talk about yourself like that around me anymore. I ain't going to allow that, because I would never allow myself to talk that way about me. I ain't going to allow anyone to talk about my tribe that way. So I ain't going to allow you to talk about yourself that way to me. So this is the last time. Is there anything else negative you want to say about yourself? I'll give you one more shot to get it out. But you know, my standards are high. I expect you, if you want to be, you know, around me, or you want to be in the tribe, like we do have those expectations. Like, this is how we roll, and you got to roll with us. Does that make sense?
It definitely makes 100% sense. Yes, it's good. That's really good. It's a great explanation. Okay, so let's say we know that you're debt free. Yay, congratulations. Whew, it's definitely one of my goals in life. But let's just say you have $100,000 in debt, right? What would you suggest as the first step that a person should take with using It Works as their vehicle to pay that off?
So number one, you need to know your debt down to the penny. So it's not $100,000, it's $98,762.57. All right. So if you do not know your debt down to the penny, you ain't going debt free. You lying to yourself. That's all you doing, is you talking and you lying. And you ain't gonna lie to me, but you lying. Hi, I see you. I see you, baby. I see you. It's okay. I'll wave back. But you lying if you don't know your debt down to your penny. Okay. So the first thing, I'm just going to walk you through what me and Jason did, and because I'm not perfect. But the first thing is, you know, obviously, like, you got to communicate. You and your spouse have to be on the same page. Baby daddy, baby mama, I don't care what you know, I don't care how you shacking up, whatever, like, y'all got to be on the same page. Okay. Because that is how you build that momentum. It's when you take everything and you focus all your attention in one area of your life. It's not, you know, we have a really fluffy saying going around right now that you can have it all. Guys, I'm sorry, but that's some crap. You can have it all. You can't have it all at the same time. It don't make no sense. I can't go buy the car and want to go debt free. I can't want to eat a donut and want to lose weight. It don't make no sense. But we say these things without really thinking of the magnitude of what we're speaking into faith, right? So me and Jason had to, number one, know our debt down to the penny, because we thought we had $40,000 to $50,000, and we had $63,801.99. And then he wrote down all of our expenses. Well, he wrote down all the income we were bringing in and all of our expenses. And then it was a matter of putting all of our debt in the order and snowballing it. And we specifically followed the Dave Ramsey system. We had a little bit of money in savings, the $1,000 emergency fund. Excuse me. And then we just started taking the smallest debt and building that momentum with it. And I don't know if he says the smallest, I think he says the smallest thing, or he might do percentages. We did the smallest amount because we needed a win in our corner. Okay. We needed like a win because we sacrificed. And here's the deal. We thought that God could do it in 12 months. Guys, I was a double diamond. We started last October, the end of the month. We went Facebook Live on November 5th of last year and declared on Facebook Live that we had $63,801.99 in debt. And my faith said God could do it in a year. My faith said God could kiss it. My faith said God could increase. I was a double diamond at the time. Jason was a diamond. Our checks together might have been 4,000 to 5,000, maybe right in that, somewhere in there, low fours, high fours, somewhere in the $4,000 range. Okay. And do you know that when you are faithful in the little, he can entrust you with the big? Y'all know what I'm talking about? I'm talking like that financial duplication. And I'm talking about how we go in January, and my check in January, my check alone went up a little bit, around 5,000. Jason was a low diamond, maybe about 1,000. And do you know, when I saw my February check, it went from 5,000 to $10,000. Can I get an amen? Double diamond, making 5 figures a month. Because I told God that he could trust me in November. Because he could trust me in November, he was able to bless me in February. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Because if I and this is the thing where things don't align. Sometimes we are asking God to give us a blessing. Sometimes we are saying, oh, but God, let me win the billions from last week or the week before, the lottery. You know what I'm talking about? Like, God, just make me double diamond. Just make me triple diamond. Y'all can't even be trusted with $10 in your pocket. So you think the Lord is going to increase your check to 5,000, baby. That's not going to be a blessing. That's going to be a curse. That ain't going to bless your life because you don't know how to handle the money. And so the Lord had to really speak to us. But again, I'm going to go back to my beginning story, is that in November of 2014, God told us to get our finances right. And it took us until November of 2017 to start. Because the part of the story I didn't tell you is November of 2015, when we paid off our credit cards and we paid off our car loan and we went and bought the flat screen TVs. By the time we had started It Works in 2016, my husband had quit his job, I'd quit my job, and he decided to go into videography. And we racked up $30,000 on our credit cards. And so that's how, if you're like, wait a second, you said you had like 30,000 in student loans, but now you have 63? Yeah, because it cost my husband $10,000 to start videography, which he is now retired, because my $99 investment, makes a lot. Praise the Lord. But we racked up. We screwed up. We went back into debt. Back into credit card debt. Y'all stupid, not thinking, just living like we had money and we didn't. And so what I would say is that, you need to realize that it doesn't take ambassador to go debt free. It doesn't take presidential. It doesn't take triple diamond. We went debt free in April of this year. What I thought God could do in 12 months, the Lord did in 6. Now, that just ain't God opening up the heavens and raining down on us. It sucked. Y'all, I'm talking, we rice and beans and rice. I wasn't eating the sushi I wanted. We canceled our annual passes to Disney. Y'all, we did the thing. It wasn't like, oh, but we still going to go out once a week to dinner. Nah. Oh, but I'm still going to buy the shoes. No. Your underwear with the extra hole in it. Yeah, baby, you're going to be wearing that for a few more months, like we sacrificed. But here's the deal. Because we were both aligned and we were both on the same page, we were a united front. When he wanted to spend money, I was able to bring him back into alignment. When I was getting frustrated and I didn't have my sushi, he was bringing me back into alignment. When our babies were asking why, can they get this for Christmas? Can we take them to the store? No, we can't, because we're going debt free. It was a conversation that was in our household. We had our debt tracker in our living room. It's still above our couch today. We just still have it up. It's so crazy. But we had our debt tracker hanging right above our dining room table. Some of y'all need to get the vision in your face. It's not that you don't have it, baby. You don't see it. You seeing it, but you not seeing it. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like you not locked and loaded. You are not focused on it. And you are wondering why things aren't happening in your life. You're wondering why you have no financial freedom. You ain't got no plan. First off, you don't even know how much debt you have because you lying to yourself. And listen, I played that game, y'all. I had a student loans and collections when my husband was figuring out the debt. And he was like, okay, first off, I'm glad we figured it out. And now he's agreeing. I'm not. I could have never done this. But when he figured it out, he's like, so remember how we thought we had $40,000 to $50,000 in debt? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, it's like $63,801.99. I was like, oh. And he said, you got a loan in collections? I said, uh-huh. He said, you got a loan in collections? I said, yeah, I knew about that. You mean you got to open those letters? I just ripped them up. That didn't mean my relationship was over. I was like Kevin Hart wearing that trench coat. We broke it up. And yeah, no, y'all, collections is a real thing. Just here to tell you. So, I'm just having a good time now, Rachel. Yeah, so I would just say, you need to know your debt down to a penny. You need to be aligned. You can't be on two different pages, and you got to get the vision in front of you. Now, we did some tactical things, which again, my husband did. Know the debt down to the penny, know every expense, cut everything else out of the budget that isn't necessary, and then know what debt you have and put it in the order of smallest to largest. That way you can start snowballing. Every dollar has to be accounted for, just like your time. If you don't tell your time where to go, you're going to waste it. If you don't tell your dollars where to go, you're going to waste it. So it was a lot of planning, a lot of, touching the accounts every day. I didn't do a lot of that. I just tried to hustle and get the fast start bonuses. But yeah, took full advantage of the compensation plan when corporate came out with the match it bonus, making sure that I was, raising up leaders. I was helping people promote. That way my gens were increasing my generation bonuses, making sure I was enrolling. I was January, February, March, and April filling out 3 steps to success each month. Now, don't look at me and put me on a pedestal. Like, I filled out 1 this month and, I'm fighting for 2. Okay. It's not like that was my norm, but we all know that that's high momentum. And I was just, November 5th, when we went live with it, I literally wanted to crawl under a rock and die. You see, my red is strategic. My red's like, oh, I'm going to start attracting all these people to me because they're going to see me and they're going to want what I have, right? But the blue was like, oh, here we've been spending this money. We live 2 hours from Disney World. We just go to Disney World all the time, and we're blowing and going this money. And people probably thought we were debt free, or they thought we were okay, and we're not. And so my blue was really embarrassed. I had to get over that fear of being judged and not being enough, and people looking at me weird or coming to conclusions. And it absolutely exploded my business. There's power in your story, and there's power in your vulnerability. And you're not going to see it at first, but if you're willing to weather the storm, man, I got some incredible leaders during that time. God blessed my business because because I was ready for it financially, and my mindset was ready. And because of that, I showed up to Dallas in April as a double diamond. I went to Bradenton, Florida, green carpet, and spoke on stage as a triple diamond. And in Grand Rapids, I was asked to speak, and I was a presidential diamond. It's been a heck of a year. And you know what? This started last year. So God's timing is everything, y'all. It's everything.
I have chills. That's so good. So good. These are awesome tips, because listen, I need help. So help, Jesus. We might have to talk 1-to-1. Okay. So what is your daily routine look like?
So there are 3 things that I do every day. I am not a fan of, and I spoke about this on, I think I spoke about this in Grand Rapids. I'm not necessarily, or I think it was the VIP meeting that I spoke. Anyways, I'm not a fan of like a 6 list. I heard one time that you need to do things in odd numbers, because you either win or you lose. So if I do things in sets of 5, if I do 3 out of the 5, well, I won. Well, if I only did 2 out of the 5, I lost, right? It's like you can either win the day or lose the day. So I do, there's a lot of things that I touch every day, but I have 3 non-negotiables. I don't care. Y'all, and literally I'm 8 days away from being 2.5 years in this business. And there's been less than 10 days that my business has not been open. Less than 10. 3 or 4 of them, I was just on the cruise with Denise and Carla. 3 of them were when I was on the cruise in 2016. And then the other 3 or 4, I was just having an emotional freak out. Every day my business is running, every day, non-negotiable. So these are the 3 things that I do literally come hell or high water, like air to my lungs. The first one, self-development. In fact, there are 35 of you on here, with the exception of me and Rachel. I want to know, how many books have you read? And you better be honest with me, because I will call you out. How many books have you read in the last 90 days? Just 90 books that you have read. I want you to put it in the chat. And I'll pause for effect. I appreciate your honesty, Jasmine.
Me too. I appreciate you guys being honest.
No, school does not count. I'm talking about self-development.
Complete.
I don't care, Samantha. It don't have to be completed. Someone said 1.5. Like, how you read 1.5, Chelsea? Chelsea said, this second book is good, but not good enough to finish, baby. I'm going to start at chapter 7. Like, what you?
Oh, Jesus.
All right, so listen, I got permission. Y'all, this is unacceptable.
Yeah.
Unacceptable.
It is.
You should have at least 3, at minimum 1 a month, at least 3 in the last 90 days. I appreciate your honesty, though. I do appreciate your honesty, and I thank you for that. You want to know why? Because the moment you're honest with yourself, the moment you know better, you do better. So y'all, it's a non-negotiable once a month. You can't be asking God to bless your business. You can't be asking God to bless your marriage. You can't be asking God to increase your relationships when you ain't watering your own plant. Period, point blank. You ain't watering your own plant, but you dying of dehydration asking God for rain. Oh, that just came to me. That is a word for somebody. I ain't even joking. I just got mad goosebumps. That I'm gonna write that down. Y'all just need to hold tight.
Say it again.
I'm gonna do a Facebook Live on that.
And say it again, Ashleigh.
I don't even know what I said. Something like you dying, not watering your own self, asking God for rain when you ain't watering your own self. I don't even remember what I said, girl. You have to watch the replay and text it to me. That was good. No, I got goosebumps. That was good. But listen, y'all, it's the truth. You are not taking inventory over what you control. You in control of your finances, and you tell me you don't know your debt down to the penny? You trying to add a side, add a mind? You telling me you in control of your self-growth. You're in control. You are the captain of your ship, baby. And you ain't doing no self-development? Come on now. But I bet you praying for a runner. I can't stand when we say that. Oh, God, I'm praying for a runner. Baby, you better go look in the mirror. You are your runner. There's a reason if you know the comp plan, you are your first generation. You set the standard. You want to know why your team is not running, baby? You not running. All right. There is no victims in this world. We don't play victims around Ashleigh Mayfield. No, baby, issue. So you need to put your little captain hat on and toot toot, your boat needs to leave the dock. All right. So now on, non-negotiable, 1 book a month. Now I don't care you reading. I don't care you audible. You got to do some kind of self-development. It is a non-negotiable in my life. I don't listen to the radio unless like we really in 2-minute proximity of the kids' school, of Publix, of all that, okay, of Walmart, even though like who goes to Walmart, right? No offense if you go to Walmart, but y'all know it's a little scary. It's 2018. It's a little scary at Walmart, okay? Like Jesus ain't in Walmart. I'm convinced. I mean, that's bad. But you know, if I can get there quicker than it takes me to like turn on the Bluetooth, I'm just going to listen to the radio. But anytime we're in the car, we drive an hour away to go to church, y'all. We are listening to something. We are listening to some kind of podcast. We are listening to Dave Ramsey. We are listening to something. All right. Like air to my lungs. When I'm in the shower, y'all ask for yourself for Christmas. You be asking your sister or your auntie or your cousin or someone who always gives you a dumb gift. No, could you just get me a Bluetooth that I can put in my shower? Y'all, that is like a solid 15 minutes. And if you've got a shave, baby, that's 25, you know, but you could be listening to something, pouring in. I put every morning, my husband knows I'm a grumpy bear when I wake up anyways. So don't be coming in the bedroom. I'll come out when I'm ready to talk. I will come out. Okay. But in the morning, I get up, I take a shower. I'm listening to something. I will pause it if I have to wash my hair. Now, I know that I am Caucasian, but I do have crazy hair. It only gets washed once a week, okay? So listen, okay? Listen, I need some love from y'all because I know I see some of y'all, some pretty skin. Listen, white crack, okay? Like we crack, and I need some Botox or something. But I only wash it one day a week. But I be pausing it while I blow dry, and then when I straighten, I put it back on. When I paint the barn, y'all know I gotta paint this barn. Y'all see me? Listen, I'm cracking. I'm going to be 34 next month. My voice cracking, my face cracking. I'm just doomed. I'm glad I'm married. 11 years next month, he'd be putting up with me. Like, that is Jesus. Y'all know that is the Lord. But guys, like air to my lungs. You're asking God to save you, and he's looking at you and saying, baby, you could save yourself right now. I've given you everything you need. You not tapping into the power. Y'all got to do some honest talking to yourself tonight. So that is a non-negotiable. Some days, y'all, it's 15 minutes. If you on here and you agreeing and you think I got to do it perfect or I can't do it at all, I always say I'm negative 37% green. I don't know how you function. I'm married to a green, so I know y'all a little crazy. But y'all, it don't have to look like the picture in your head. Some days 15 minutes is all I've got. But then guess what? I have built a stamina. There are moments where it's 4 hours. It's like I gotta turn the messenger off. I gotta lock myself in the office, and I just gotta listen and just pour into me. And you gotta grow. That's how real growth is made. You know what I'm saying? Self-development is a non-negotiable. That keeps my blue in check. It keeps my emotions. It keeps my red driven. I get a lot of people that say, well, what books have ministered to you? Y'all, you got to figure your books out. Don't be trying to just copy we're reading this. I'm sorry. I love It Works, y'all. My feet are planted. Y'all hear what I'm saying? My feet are planted. But so many of y'all be talking about The Last Arrow or The Broken Arrow. Y'all just ruined Erwin McManus for me. I got to come back in 2020. Y'all done ruined it. All right. So I'm going to keep going because I know I'm lollygagging, but I need y'all to understand the importance of this. You can't be trying to take care of your business, but you're not taking care of yourself. You're not being the best business owner you can be by not being in control of moving your brain forward. You cannot be the best spouse, the best mother, the best friend, the best daughter, the best son, whatever it is. You can't be the best PTA parent, whatever, coach, whatever you want, Christian. You got to grow yourself. That is 100% up to you because you're 100% in control. Okay. And you try and tell me you ain't got time, baby, you so far lost. You're so far lost. You lying to yourself. And you can lie to you, but I swear on the Bible, you ain't lying to me. You ain't lying, all right? So self-development every day. Every day, my business is open. Every day. That can look like a variety of different things. I make sure that I am posting. I make sure that I am in my stories. I make sure that I'm doing my Facebook Lives. I try to do 3 to 4 days a week. My biggest struggle is I'm not a green, which is no excuse, but I use it as an excuse sometimes because I don't plan out what I'm going to say. And so that is something that I'm holding myself to be a little bit more accountable on. But I'm using voice memos. I'm messaging. I'm posting. I'm doing it all, y'all. You can't be saying you want to run social media, but I ain't going to message and I ain't going to host a post and I ain't going to stories and I ain't going to show my face and I'm going to make my profile picture a cartoon character. Come on, y'all. We got to stop playing, right? So my business is open every day. I am doing the work. Y'all, we got to stop with this. You know what? One thing, I'm going to kind of hate on some people for a little bit. Can I do that, Rachel? Is it okay? It's all in love. They know I got red hats.
Oh, yeah.
It ain't about y'all. It's about in this lifer page that I'm in, y'all. I got to unfollow that page. There'll be some people that hop in there and that are like, you can't be posting this in there, Rachel. Don't be posting this in the lifer page. But you got some people that are in there. They're like, I want to enroll 1 customer a day. That's their goal. And that's a great goal when you think about it, right? That's 30 customers. Here's the deal. I'd rather focus on doing the work instead of the result. Y'all hear what I'm saying? And I can't do math on the fly, but I'm gonna pull out my calculator for a second. So imagine the person A says, I want to enroll a customer a day. Well, what if it's Friday, it's payday, and they follow up with someone, and it's the second person they followed up with, and that's their customer, and they're like, oh, got my goal for the day, I'm good. But imagine the person B, what I like to do, say, no, I'm gonna reach out to 15 new people a day. And if I sign 4 people in today, that's fine, but I'm still going to do the work because I'm not committed to the result. I'm committed to the work. By the end of the month, person 1 could have 30 potentials. That's it. Maybe she reaches out to 1 person and signs them all. By the end of the month, person 2, 15 people, new people a day, 450 potentials. Y'all focused on a result or you focused on the work? The work sucks. Can I just shoot straight with y'all? It ain't fun. It sucks. It's not supposed to be fun, but I promise you, you're going to build stamina. You're going to build grit. You're going to weather your storm. You're not going to have a dry season because your funnel is going to be overflowing. And when you know how to do the work, that is something God can bless. Instead of you just working hard for a rank up. Are you working hard for a fast start? Are you working hard for a promotion? Y'all know what I'm saying? So I do the work every day. Some days it looks different. Again, I do not hit home runs. Do not put me on a pedestal. I do not hit home runs every time I step up to bat. I don't. But I do the work and I'm committed to the process.
But you step up to the plate.
Step up to the plate, baby. Every day, step up to the plate. I'm swinging. Some days I miss. Some day, I don't know sports, so I'm just going to jack it all up. Some days I move the ball 2 inches. Sometimes foul. Some days I grand slam it. Okay. Like every day it's going to look different. It's not, I remember in September of 2016, I had just hit 90 days in the business and some of my customers were falling off and I was like, oh, I got to work. Oh, I got to work this every day. What's going on? You know what I mean? And I remember the shirt, I was wearing an It Works shirt. I was driving to go pick up my daughter from daycare. And I remember it just off the cuff, I said, God, I can't get people to say yes. And y'all, I ain't even joking you. It was like, I wasn't even praying. I was just verbal. God, I can't get people to say yes. I don't know what's going on. And as quickly as I said that, I will not forget it. It was September of 2016. He said, that's not your job to get people to say yes. Your job is to ask them. That's my job. I'll bring the yeses to you. And y'all, it did something. Now, it still took me a few months to get my head out of my butt. I sat at Ruby for a while being a knucklehead because I wasn't doing self-development. So all y'all want to know who said 0, 1, and 2, y'all want in 1.5, Chelsea? Y'all want to know why you're at where you're at? Because you're not doing self-development. Because I sat at Ruby for 7 to 9 months because I did not know who I was and I refused to grow. And then the moment I did, God could bless it. So if you think about your business in 60 minutes, I spend 20 minutes doing self-development. I spend 20 minutes on my business and I spend 20 minutes with my tribe. And that is a non-negotiable. Now I'm presidential diamond. I can't be touching everybody, but there are certain groups I make sure I touch every day, certain chats. I make sure that I'm in there. I'm celebrating people. I am touching people. I go through, we have like a welcome post in our team page where if you're brand new DT, it's like one post for the month, like welcome distributors for November. And everyone uses it there. That way there's not 1,500 different posts going in and everyone misses the meat and potatoes. I'm a red. I like the meat and potatoes. I don't want no fluffy stuff. Okay. So, so we have one post where everybody tags their new DT just to welcome them. That way we can shout out. When we do power hour, we'll go in there and, hey, spend 10 minutes, love it on some brand new DTs. And then that whole thread gets bumped up and whatever. But like one of the things that I do every day is I try to go in there and all the new, if we had, 15 people that joined today, y'all, it don't take but 15 minutes to click on each one, see who tagged them. Okay. Alexandra added Samantha, message Samantha. And I have a copy and paste that I do for the end. So I say, Samantha, I am so excited. Or like, hey girl, I'm so excited that you partnered with Alexandra. And then I just copy and paste the end. I cannot wait to get to know you more. Girl, buckle up. You're going to have the time of your life. Welcome to the tribe. And I just copy and paste the end. So all I got to do is make sure I'm saying the names right. And y'all, that don't take but 15 minutes. And I just touched 15 people that I didn't enroll. And now they're like, I had one girl that was like, my diamond leader screenshot to me. She was like, Ashleigh Mayfield messaged me. It didn't take but 30 seconds of my day, but you make someone feel good. I make sure that I'm loving on my team and I'm loving tough. Some of them need Mama Mayfield. I came off the cruise. I was gone for 3 days and I thought we were locked and loaded. I left for the cruise and we only enrolled 6 distributors. And I said, hold up, we the tribe. Y'all hear what I'm like? 6? Nah. I got close to 90 people coming to conference and we enrolled 6? Nah. So when I got back in Tuesday, I said, hey, y'all, mama's back. Who needs a Mama Mayfield sandwich? Because they like to call me Mama Mayfield when I'm wearing the red hat. They're like, ooh, Mama Mayfield's out because I'm coming. I'm coming with sandwiches. And they love it. I said, who needs a Mama Mayfield sandwich? And y'all, it just blew up. I could tell they missed me. And so this week it's been all meetings, one-on-ones. And guess what? My business, you got to be fluid. It's not black and white. So for those of you that are green and you're like, oh, I got to spend 20 minutes exactly, 20 minutes. No. Should you be spending 2/3 of your time on you and your business? Absolutely. But there's moments where you got to be fluid. You see, this week, I have not been focused on my business. Now I've had to sacrifice. Got to do a little less sleep. I got to do a little less family time. I got to make sure I get my messages in, get my posts in, get my Facebook lives in. But I have had to spend a lot of time loving over here. All right. Because I realized I stopped holding some people accountable. And it didn't just happen. Happened last month. And I'm realizing the effects, you know what I mean? So you got to make sure that you're in that you're casting that vision every day. You're casting the vision. And the vision is all the same. The why is different, but the vision is all the same, right? It don't matter if someone's going ruby, someone's going diamond. It's still customers and distributors, right? We all still running across a line. Lines might look different, but we all crossing the line. So I'm making sure. So those are the 3 things, honestly, if I had to break it down. Those are the three categories that I stay in: personal development, my business, my tribe. And there are some days where the personal development outweighs the other two. And there's some days where this one, but at the end of the month, it all balances out. So there's seasons where you'll feel pulled, where my enrollments are really down. Like I said, I went months in a row having 3 steps to success. And then the next month I didn't. I was like, I'm a terrible leader. And my husband was like, baby, you know, you got to have a bad month to have the other ones be the good month. And I was like, you're right. All right. You're right. But you know what? I might have only filled out 1 steps to success, because that's my standard. We talk about standards. That's my standard. I mean, you diamond, you emerald and above, you ruby and above, you filling out a steps to success. I'll be Mama Mayfield in you. So, you know, I might've only done 1, but guess what? I spent so much of my time pouring into the tribe that even though it was my lowest enrollment month, it was the highest month our team had ever done, because we were all just spending so much time on new people. So that was a really long story, but those are the 3 areas that are like and obviously there's layers in each of those that I do. So there's probably like 3. And then the other 2 things, non-negotiables, like put my phone down while I'm at the table with my kids, like spend time with my kids, my family, anything around the house. So.
Good. That is so good. Okay. So I know like we're at time. So I got 2 more questions.
You are fine. Girl, I am in no rush. You do your thing.
Okay. So what do you love most about what you do?
Oh man, the freedom. I think the freedom, you know, I think about where we were, which I love that you asked 5 years. Like, it's just cool to be able to share that, because a lot of people don't know that part of the story. They don't know that far back, you know. I think about where we were. For me, what this business has allowed me to do is it has allowed me to figure out me. And that is something that no one can take away from me. You know, my enroller just recently quit. And we were not, we're close, but we're not super close. Like, honestly, she's not in my team page. My team had no idea who she was. Like, that's how, like, I didn't align with who she was. And like, if we met face to face, like, we wouldn't be friends. We have 2 totally different lifestyles, which is fine. She's not a bad person. But I think about how when I went Ruby and I was in that 7 to 9 months of suck, so to say, and I was figuring it out, she was so green. She just kept telling me what to do. Like, oh, well, this worked for me, so do this. And I'm like, but I'm not you, boo. Like, and I had to go through the mud and I had to figure that out. And as I did that, yeah, I'm no longer a duck that waddles in a row. I ain't no puppet on a string. All right. And I love my ambassador and I love what the company does, but just because you tell me to read a book don't mean I'm gonna go read a book. Just because you tell me I need to do this, I ain't going, you know what I mean? I'm gonna see if that, like, okay, is that what God's telling me to do? Now, don't get it twisted. Like, I would never disrespect anything that the company is doing. I'm aligned and I support what the company is doing, but I need to make sure, like, if I'm gonna be pouring into myself, that am I doing what God has called Ashleigh Mayfield to do? And so I've always kind of walked to the beat of my own drum. And I've always had to say, okay, is that what I want to do? Because I'm a blue. I can easily bend to what someone tells me to do, because I lived 33 years of my life that way, because, I want people to like me. And I just realized beginning of this year, I had a lot of breakthrough. We went and saw a marriage counselor because he's a green, I'm a blue. We have some things we had to work out. And I just realized I don't have to do what everybody tells me to do. Y'all, it's a freeing feeling. And I think my favorite thing about this business is through self-development is that I have figured out who I am, what I want, how I want to lead, who I want to be, the culture I want to set, and no one can take that away from me. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Like, it's nice. I'm not waiting for someone to spoon feed me. I'm not waiting to ask a question in a page and waiting 3 hours for it to get approved just for people not really to answer. Like, I taught myself how to be self-sufficient. I taught myself how to figure it out. I taught myself how to catch my own fish. And, I have no intention on ever leaving. I think that we have the best thing going, but God forbid if it works got shut down tomorrow, like, I'm going to be okay. Cause I'm teaching myself. This is self-built. You know what I'm saying? And when you get to that point where you get so aligned with who you are and what you want, like, y'all, I'm going to be Black Diamond. Like, ain't no doubt about it. Like, I'm going to be a Black Diamond. I need time to catch up because the disposition comes before the position, and y'all, the disposition's on fire. All right. Like the disposition is locked and loaded. Why? I'm confident, baby. I looked Cammie Pentecost dead in the face. I said, no, I'm going to be Black Diamond. I want unlimited access. When I walk in the room, I want y'all to hand me the microphone. I ain't trying to be stingy. I don't got to hog the microphone, but I want it to be when there's an event. Oh, we got Ashleigh Mayfield on stage. Oh, we got to have this girl talk. She going to tear the house down. I want unlimited access. I want $100,000 a month. I'm like a shark, y'all. I love y'all. I don't know if y'all make more money than me, Rachel. You might, but baby, I'm coming. So you better double down because I'm a gobble, baby. I'm coming for blood. All right. I done told Stephanie, I said, you better not trip. Baby, the moment you trip, I'm coming. Don't you trip. You better keep running. You better keep raising the bar. You better make me better. You raise the bar because you're making me better. And, but you want to know where that comes from, where that grit, where that drive comes from, what keeps me going on the days that I cry, what keeps me going when I think I can't, when I'm 7 days out from popping presidential and I look my husband dead in the face and say, stop asking me if it's happening because it's not happening. It's not coming. I'm not going presidential. But how I was able to push through, because in January 2017, I made a decision that I was going to do self-development. Y'all want the finish line, but you're not even willing to put your feet in the thing to start. Victory is real good, but you learn the lesson in the journey. The results are great. The 1 customer a day is great, baby, but what about the 15 new people a day in your funnel? You know? So Black Diamond is great, but what about the work and the pain and the loss and the growth and the grit that I got to learn to get there? And that's where I know I'm going to be Black Diamond. I just need time to catch up. There's some lessons I haven't learned yet. You know what I'm saying? And I think to me, that's probably my favorite thing that this company has done is it has allowed me to, I was so broken before I joined. I was not confident. Man, I still shake when I get on Facebook Live. People ask why I put, it's like me putting on chapstick is like, if I don't put on chapstick, people yell at me on Facebook Live. And you know why? I still get nervous doing Facebook Live. Y'all had nervous poops before I came on here. Happy you not tripping? I ain't nobody. I be duking in my bathroom. I told my husband, y'all want me to shoot straight with you? Don't you put me on no pedestal. I ain't better than you. I told my husband, I said, you need to come and sit in here. And he said, why? He said, girl, you fine. You just did a meeting last night. Like you fine. Baby, this is Rachel Wiggum. This says she got proximity to Pentecost. She could say that girl with purple hair, she crazy. All right, you should cray. Y'all, like I was having nervous diarrhea coming in here. Shoot, you tripping if you think I'm cool, calm, and collected right now. But you want to know how I can push through and I ain't wearing a diaper right now? It's because I started doing, I'm shooting real straight. I'm sorry, Rachel, you have to just delete this recording. I'm a mess this so far up, y'all. I'm going to take y'all so far sideways. Y'all think, and she says y'all, listen, could you imagine if I drank alcohol? Tripping. I'd be skinning cats and kicking turtles. Okay. Like I can't. All right. I ain't even touching the devil's syrup. But listen, like I ain't better than y'all. I have nothing greater on the inside of me that is not on the inside of you. I made a choice. You make choices every day. You choose. You choose to work. You choose not. You choose to know your debt down to the penny. You choose not. You choose to tell yourself you don't have time. You choose to find the time, make the time, and tell your time where to go. And I have chosen, and I say it on my lives all the time, but I have chosen to be the captain of my ship. That's the best thing the company's ever given me.
That's awesome. Okay, so number 1 tip. If you just had one tip that is just like, no matter what, this is one thing this is your thing. What is your number 1 tip?
My number 1 tip, y'all, I wrote this. When I joined on May 24th, 2016, I was scared out of my mind. I call it my holy crap moment. And so you want a good tip? I'm going to give you a good Ashleigh Mayfield tip. I ain't never give no one else this tip. You ready? This isn't the tip I'm going to give y'all, but it's a tip that I use. Can y'all just wave at me? How many of y'all had a holy crap moment when you joined? You were like, oh, did I buy a house? Did I buy a car? Is an elephant going to show up in my front yard? Y'all get a little nervous. You got a little crazy. You know, you got a little uncomfortable, okay? It happens to everybody. So instead of us trying to launch a brand new distributor and talking about running in the victory, the moment I hit submit, because I enroll my distributors, the moment I hit submit and I message them, I'm like, oh my gosh, girl, I'm so excited you're here. Welcome to the tribe. Are you having a holy crap moment yet? It's the first thing I ask. Y'all got to talk about that elephant in the room. Squash that elephant. Get it out. When I see a demon's head, I slice that thing off the moment I see it. I am proactive, I address, and I am direct. And I say, are you having a holy crap moment? Y'all, it's like the wall just comes down on them and they're like, girl, I'm a little nervous. I'm excited, but and I'm like, hey baby, it's okay. I got you. I was nervous too. You're going to be all right. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to add you. And then I start telling them what I'm going to do. I'm going to add you to my team page. I'm going to tag you in this video. Can you watch it tonight or tomorrow? Yo, I'm the captain of the ship. I'm telling them what to. I'm not saying, okay, next Friday. No, baby, I can't have you wait 7 days. Can you watch this video today or tomorrow? I need to know. But I tell them about the holy crap moment, and I call it the holy crap moment. My tribe knows the holy crap moment. Everybody has it. Hey, are you having a holy crap moment? So this is the tip that I would leave y'all with. I had my holy crap moment on May 24th, 2016, and it lasted 7 days. All right. I don't know why, but one day, every day for 7 days, I cried. Okay. I don't know why. My blue was so out of control. I said I would never do network marketing. And I said I would never do it for like 10 years. My husband was like, you could probably do something like that. And I'm like, that's a scam. I don't want your stupid shake. I don't want your stupid skin tightening garbage. Right. I said it all. So on June 1st, 2016, 7 days later, I decided to wake up and I was going to have a different mindset. And I said, all right, Ashleigh, you committed 1 year. You committed 1 year and you ain't no quitter and you ain't no liar. So you gonna man up. And I decided to go to my best friend to get some inspiration. My best friend is Google. All right, let's just shoot straight. We all be Googling, right? So I went to Google and I'm just like looking motivational quotes, right? Google. And an image that I came across absolutely changed my life. And it said this: every time you choose to stop, you disqualify yourself. Every time you choose to stop, you disqualify yourself. Hold on real quick, you guys. Pause for a second. All right, y'all like that? That was not planned. All right, every time you choose to stop, you disqualify yourself. And so that's the tip that I'm gonna leave you with. And what does that mean? I wrote that on my bathroom mirror, June, did I say July? June 1st, 2016, I wrote that on my bathroom mirror. It is still there to this day, y'all. I could like legit pick my laptop up, go, it's all Windexed around it. Probably not now because we just got back from the cruise. I haven't cleaned. Y'all crazy if you think I cleaned. I'm gonna pay to dust. But like where I wrote it at on my mirror, it's all dust, okay? Like, and I wrote it for myself. So I wrote, every time I choose to stop, I disqualify myself. Now I wasn't doing self-development then. I didn't start, that was in June. I didn't start doing self-development until January, okay? But this is what, it touched me deep. This is what it meant. First off, every time I'm in control. Choose. It's a choice. You wake up every day and you make a choice to stop. Every time I choose to stop, meaning I am choosing that, meaning I have options. Every time you choose to stop, you disqualify yourself. What are you disqualifying yourself from? Whatever God has for you. Y'all, there is nothing greater on the inside of me that is not on the inside of you. I'm not better than you. I'm not called to greater things than you. I have nothing special. If you have Jesus on the inside of you, baby, we wired all the same. We got different giftings, but we wired all the same. You know what I'm saying? We all got the power. The power. Y'all got the power. Drop an emoji in there. The power. All right? So listen. There is nothing greater. There's no reason you can't be here. It's that every day I operate in, I choose and I make a choice. And it's my choice. If someone's not making the choice for me, I am not a victim. You always have a choice. You choose to lie to yourself. You choose to allow people to manipulate you because you're a yellow and you have a hard time saying no. You choose to not ask for help because you're a red or you're yellow or you're stubborn. You choose to think that you have to have all the information before you take action because you're a green. You think that you can be successful working this business 1 day a week because you don't know how to have focus because you're a blue. You choose. Every time I choose to stop, I disqualify myself. And I'd lived at that moment I'm about to turn 34 next month. I know spring chicken. Y'all, I told you I'm cracking a little, all right? But at that time, I was 31. And I said, I've lived 31 years of my life thinking I didn't have a choice. And I am so tired, y'all. I'm so tired of disqualifying myself. And I ain't going to do that to me no more. I'm not going to live where a pastor has the ability to pull out the rug from my family. I'm not going to live where I can't work a full-time job because my baby came home on a heart monitor. I'm not going to disqualify myself anymore. I got the world coming against me. There's a real, whether you believe in Jesus and Satan, whether you believe in the universe, there is a force of evil. I believe in the Satan. You know, he is going to try and stop me every chance he can. I shouldn't disqualify myself. So I choose not to. And that quote, some days, I mean, it's still on my mirror, almost 2.5 years later. December 1st will be 2.5 years. And sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't, y'all. It's not like I go in there and do affirmations every morning to it. But there's some moments I look right through it. And then there's some moments I just sit and I'm like, wow, I've looked at this for almost 2.5 years. And every time I choose to stop, I disqualify myself. And I ain't gonna live that life no more. So choose not to disqualify yourself. Choose to be the captain of your ship. That's my tip I got for you.
That's so good. Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, you just blessed our entire lives. Like hands down. This is, I've done a lot of tips from the top, and this one, listen, you just spoke to our entire lives. I know for me, I know you should see the chat like lighten up, like, ooh, and I'm just looking at this number like, man, so many people missed it today, but they'll have to catch the recording. But okay, wow, thank you. Okay.
What an honor. Like, I'm so honored that you asked me, like, wow, I was like, Rachel.
So silly. You're so amazing. Okay, so just real quick before we hop off, and I've actually never done this before, I just want to pray real quick before, well, never done it before with somebody on as a guest, because I pray with my team all the time. But I just want to pray if you're okay with that.
Absolutely.
If everybody could just bow their heads and close their eyes. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for the opportunity to sit at the table with Ashleigh today, God. I'm just praying. Well, first of all, we just want to say thank you. We just want to say thank you for being so amazing. Thank you for being the awesome God that you are. We're grateful for all the wins that we've gotten today. Thank you for the seeds that we've been able to plant. God, I'm just praying that you would replenish Ashleigh for everything that she gave us on today, everything that she poured into us. We're asking that it comes back to her tenfold. She is Black Diamond, and we're speaking that into her life, God, and all the tools that you've given us today through Ashleigh. God, I'm praying that it touched our heart, that it penetrated through and really came from a good understanding, that it came from such a good place that we're able to receive it and just take us to the next level. We know that you brought us this amazing business. We know that you gave this to us as a tool to take things to the next level, to build your kingdom. And so, God, we're praying that we can take each thing and apply it to our business and to our lives. God, we're just so grateful for what you're about to do. Thank you for what you've already done. Thank you for being so amazing. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you so